All right, fans, let's talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw for September the 29th, 2025, the last Raw of the month. It opened up with Rhea Ripley coming out. I was hoping she would still be that sexy looking blue smurf, Rhea Ripley, but no, she was back to normal Rhea Ripley. She started talking about how she wants to get her hands on the Kabuki Warriors. We already know it was announced last week that her and Io Sky is facing Asuka Kawashane at Crown Jewel in a tag match. So this whole segment of her challenging the Kabuki Warriors to a match. Then Io Sky coming out crying like a crybaby. Like, I like Io Sky, but this crybaby character thing she has going on is going to ruin her career. So stop doing it, Io Sky, please. It's not going to work. Basically, she forgave Asuka Kawashane for beating her up last week. She called it tough love. And then Asuka Kawashane came out and again beat up both of them. Asuka missed the Io Sky. So Io Sky looked like a sexy blue smurf this week. And then she went up to Rhea Ripley there on the show. She's like, I went to Adam Pearce. We got a tag match at Crown Jewel made. Like, this whole segment made no sense. We already know the match is happening. So why try to set up for the match where you could just had them like talk about the match? We already knew about have maybe Kawashane versus Rhea Ripley 1-on-1. Io Scott versus Oscar or something. Like, this segment made no sense. The opening match was Dominic Mysterio defending his Intercontinental Championship against Rusev. And I knew for the get-go Rusev was going to destroy him, and he did all match. But Dominic, man, gave him a fight. Finn Balor, JD Madugo refused to occupy Dominic the ringside because last week, in case you missed it, after Rusev beat JD Madugo in a very good match, he had JD still in the accolade, and Dominic refused to help him out. So that's why Finn Balor and JD Madugo, World Tag Champions, did not occupy Dominic the ring tonight. Dominic Mysterio for the get-go, rapid-fire forearm shots, drop kicks, taking it to Rusev. Rusev regrouped outside the ring, and Dominic dove over the ropes, and Rusev caught him and fallaway slammed him on the announce table, which didn't break. That had to hurt. Then Frost kicked him right in the face, just floored him, and he just had his way with Dominic for like half the match. The Dominic again fought back, hit a 619 to the midsection, another 619. The referee did not see him grab hold of one of his belts and blast Rusev in the back of the head with it. Then hit low blowed him right where it hurts the most. Just like soccer kick that, man. That had hurt. Rusev went down. Dominic pinned him for the 1-2-3. Dominic still your Intercontinental Champion. And the fans will chant for Dominic all match. Dominic has grown on me a lot. Like, at first, I didn't like him being the cocky Judgment Day member. But now, like, with the mustache, the long hair, the cow attire going on there, and him pulling the old Eddie Guerrero tricks, like throwing the chair, the belt, the referee, pretending he got hit, the low blows, cheating with the belts. It's working. It's making his character more great, and I cannot wait to see what's next for Dominic Mysterio. Then, Judgment Day, remember Miguel Rodriguez tried her luck against Bayley 1-on-1 with Roxanne Perez at ringside. And before the match, Bayley asked Valkyria, will you occupy me the ring side? And Valkyria refused because Bayley's a heel and she's a face, basically. And she's afraid she's going to get beaten up like she did last week. Match started, all Miguel Rodriguez just destroying the back of Bayley. Like that hard Irish whip into the corner. Bayley bounced out of that corner, holding onto her back. Miguel hit that running elbow drop. She does off the top rope onto the back. Bayley slipped. I don't know what she was going for off the ropes, but Miguel made her pay with that mess up with an awesome spine buster. Pulled out of the ring and whipped her to the barricade. Bayley caught Miguel coming back in the ring with that awesome leg drop between the ropes. Perfect setup there. Hit the top rope elbow drop. Taking it to Miguel. And then she applied the figure four. And she had the match won. I thought Miguel was going to tap out, but Roxanne raked the eyes of Bayley. Then Miguel finished her off with a one-arm powerbomb for the 1-2-3. So Judgment Day, both of them got the wins tonight. Both members of Judgment Day. After the match, 2-on-1 beatdown on Bayley. Oliver Valkyria made the save. And then Bayley helped her clean house. And then they shook hands. So Valkyria is like, you're a heel, I'm a face. But we're still going to work together, right? This is an interesting storyline. I'm liking this. announced next week Valkyria is going to face Roxanne Perez one-on-one. Then she'll probably face Raquel one-on-one the week after that. LA Knight was backstage in the GM's office, won a world title shot after Crown Jewel. New Day came in, won a chance at the World Tag Team titles. So Adam Pearce did not like the fact that the New Day interrupted him and LA Knight's conversation. So, guess what? We got ourselves a middle match. LA Knight versus Kofi Kingston. One-sided matchup. I was disappointed. Kofi got 2 top rope moves in. That was it. LA Knight hit 2 awesome jump-up neck breakers. One was off a SOS counter. Then he ducked the Trouble in Paradise, blasted him with the Rose Plant DDT to get the win. I'm like, and these have Kofi Kingston get some offense in besides 2 top rope moves, right? AJ Styles, Dragon Lee took on the team of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, but we're not supposed to know it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate wearing the American Grande Americano mask, whatever you call those masks there. Quick match. They just isolated Dragon Lee, delivered like 3 double team moves in a row on him. Then Dragon Lee got away. AJ Styles cleaned house. Went for the phenomenal forearm. Ludwig Kaiser was at ringside, shoved him off the ropes. And then Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate went to double team him. Dragon Lee intercepted them with a running knee smash to the face. On one, the other one super kicked him. AJ Styles payday kicked that guy, dove over the ropes, took down Ludwig, hit the phenomenal forearm on one of them. And then Dragon Lee, Irish whip, tossed the other one into AJ Styles for the Styles Clash for the 1-2-3. It was hard to tell, honestly, which one was Pete Dunne, which one was Tyler Bate, because one wore a blue mask, one wore the red mask. I thought, well, Pete Dunne's got long hair, right? But he must have had a ponytail because it was hard. There was no hair coming below the mask. So, honestly, I cannot tell them apart. I apologize. Maybe next week I can catch a little glimpse of maybe Tyler Bates' mustache showing through the mask, or his blonde hair, maybe. Or maybe one of them would do one of their signature moves, right? Main event, the Usos took on Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and a tornado tag match. Now, last week when they said it was tornado tag, they showed weapons. And I'm like, okay, well, it's no DQ. No weapons were used at all. The Usos were cleaning house, doing stereo moves on both members of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, but every time the Usos stopped and did some yeeting, they got the butts handed to them big time. So, Jimmy, watch this match back and realize we were doing great until we stopped and started yeeting. Then we got butts handed to us. Maybe we shouldn't yeet during matches, right? Man. Bronson Reed smashed Jay's face into the steel steps big time. Braun Breaker jumped off that barricade and clotheslined Jimmy from the announce table. This was hilarious. He buried Jimmy on top, buried Jimmy underneath the announcer's chairs, the pieces of the barricade. But you could see a big old hole there where Jimmy could easily get out of. Like, that was hilarious. And then Roman Reigns had a return. Whoopie freaking do. I basically threw up in my mouth when he came out. And with a steel chair, blasted Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in the back numerous times. And then Jay and Jimmy finished off Breaker with a super kick, spare Uso splashes for the 1-2-3. Now, after the match, Roman, this is hilarious, wanted to celebrate with the Usos. Jay celebrated with him. Jimmy wasn't. He was like, we didn't need Roman's help, and Roman's bad for us. They did this whole thing before where Jay left and tried to eventually convince Jimmy to leave as well. Basically, they're doing the same storyline, but just reversing the Usos. So basically, eventually, Jimmy's going to convince Jay to leave, or they're going to kick Jimmy out, or Jimmy's going to turn heel. So basically, we're going to have another Bloodline reunion, which is bullcrap, because that thing's run its course so many years ago. It's pathetic now to watch. And I noticed something hilarious. When Roman Reigns sent Bronson Reed over the barricade, when he turned back to go after him, Bronson Reed pulled a Houdini. He was gone. Like, he must have moved quickly that fast. That's it for matches. I enjoyed every match that happened, except for the main event, because Roman Reigns had to come out to help the Usos win. That ruined it for me. Seth Rollins came out, talked about Crown Jewel fighting Cody Rhodes again for the 4th time ever in their careers. and how he's yet to defeat Cody for the previous matches. And so he said, first, I thought maybe I can't ever defeat him. Then I realized I'm Seth freaking Rollins. I've been here since 2012. Cody had to leave and come back. I mainstayed here. I should be the future of the WWE, not him. Cody came out. They hyped up Crown Jewel. I'm excited for this match. But I still say, and a good friend of mine, Chris Gocher, my cousin there, even he said, it's the same thing. What's the point of fighting over this title, which you can't even take with you for a year? But Constellation Prize is a ring, right? Like, what's the point of it? It makes no sense. It would make better sense if they can allow to keep the title, have it come out with them, be a dual champion, right? Defend it. But no, it just stays in Saudi Arabia, and you just get a ring. Whoop you do. What a great consolation prize. So they hyped up the match, and Seth answered Cody's question when Cody said, will you have your allies, the Oracle, Braun Reed, and Braun Breaker ringside? And Seth said, Paul Heyman's going to be in my corner. Then he kind of smirked and left to basically, he's going to have help, and Cody's going to have no help. Becky Lynch backstage, and I appreciate Alpha Academy's Tozawa Maxine making fun of AJ Lee beating her and her losing. She smoked Tozawa, man. Tozawa went down. He was knocked out. Then she just beat the crap out of Maxine Dupree. Where's Otis? He came back a couple weeks ago at that AAA pay-per-view Battle Royal, and now he's gone again. What the heck's going on with Otis? Come back, Otis. Alpha Academy needs you. Penta and Dragon Lee interrupted Dominic Mysterio's interview where he was bragging about keeping the Intercontinental title against Rusev later tonight. And I loved it. He's like, I whooped his butt from start to finish. Brian Sexton's like, no, Rusev kicked your butt quite a bit. Well, Penta and Dragon Lee let Dominic know throughout the night that Adam Pearce is granting them title shots. Dragon Lee's going to face Dominic down the road for the AAA title, and Penta gets an Intercontinental title shot against Dominic, but Dominic don't know when these title matches are going to happen, which he doesn't like. Then later on the show, they asked Finn Balor, JD Maduga, Brian Sexton did, which is a good question. You won the tag team titles months ago. You have not defended them. And they're like, because no tag team stepped up to face us. Like, that's it. That's the segment. Makes no sense. On SmackDown, the tag team titles are always defended. I get it, Raw's don't have very many tag teams, but you still got tag teams go out for those tag team titles. That's what I don't like about Raw. Every time they crown tag team champions, they break a record of holding the title for so long, they hardly never defend them. When New Day was Raw tag team champions, like 2016, they held those titles for 400, 600 days, I think it was, plus. They defended them every week on Raw, almost every month. That was a record that was well deserved. Same as the Usos record when they were tag team champion on SmackDown, because they defended them constantly. This Judgment Day record they're talking about being tag champs for so many months isn't a record because they haven't defended the titles. There you have it for segments and matches. Next week, 2 matches announced. Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch non-title, and Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez, and CM Punk returns. That's it for Raw and hype for next week. Stay tuned, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.